Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakab, Dash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And last but not least, I'd like to give a party salutation out there to the elect, wherever you may be, right? That's including the believers, are you helpers of the ministry, men, women, and children, also your fellow laborers, right, that make their bodies as a living sacrifice for the names of Yahweh Yahshua. To you I say Shalom, and may the blessing of election be upon you and your household. Now, I'm en route to camp right now. As I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's a little bit wet outside. It's raining, so we still have to go out there, even though the season's not right. But I wanted to speak briefly on the situation with Sakari, right, and how they're selling prayers, as it may be. It looks like they're selling prayers and other things of that sort. Okay, and I'm not surprised that Sakari is engaging in this type of behavior because Scripture says that man shall be known by his countenance. Their countenance tell you who they are, right? Their countenance tells you who they are, and you have guys out there, sincere, or let me just say you have elect members out there that may not know at this time that these men are not men of the Lord, and you also have, I guess you could say, bad fish, right? Bad souls that the Lord did not want getting this truth, right? Scripture talks about that. If the blind leads the blind, so the Lord, He leads these certain individuals to these different camps, right, for the purpose of destroying them. He leads them towards these different camps that teach the wrong doctrines because they're not of Yahushua's folk. Okay. Now I want to speak briefly about the first and foremost, right, how they're selling prayers and all that. That's going against the scriptures, and really, when you think about it, it shows you that they have no care for Yahushua's words. They have no care for the elect of Israel. I don't even think they really care about Israel all that much because they look at this thing as a way to make money, right? Which I never really get that about guys because you have so many other ways to make money that doesn't involve the truth. But this is the mindset of a grimy, slimy sleazeball. They always have to find a way to make money, even if it means profaning the gospel. Okay, the scripture says in Proverbs the 23rd chapter that when you get this truth, right, you're not supposed to sell it. Sell it as in terms of merchandise, right? You're not supposed to do that. Oh my fucking God! Sorry, but the light changed red as soon as I crossed. You're not supposed to sell the truth once you get it. Okay. Scriptures also say, when Yahushua was preaching, okay, Yahushua was preaching the word, he gave it to people freely. And the trade was that you would have faith. He gave it to those that have faith, and the way you purchase the gospel was by having faith. That's how people were able to receive that gospel. But here it is, they're removing that spiritual aspect of this gospel, right? They're removing a portion of faith, which they believe the laws can save you, right? So they don't rely on faith. And they're replacing that aspect with, hey, we can give you this truth, but you got to pay us some money. Now, what if that person, were to, I don't know, let's say they seen the truth and it's not what they like. Do they do refunds? Or is it something like a one-time purchase? Because with Yahushua, right, when someone receives the knowledge and they don't do anything with it, what does Yahushua do? Yahushua removes that talent, that penny. owns that talent and he gives it to somebody else to do something with that talent and multiply that talent. Okay? But with these men, they see it as a way, an opportunity. People are not doing too good financially. Okay? The ones that come into this truth, okay, they're not doing too good financially. They're catching all sorts of hell. So they look to you as some sort of guide to give them the medicine, to give them that knowledge, that wisdom, knowledge, understanding, so they can have a sense of peace. The economy is going bad. You have companies out there that are cutting jobs left and right because they can't maintain the overhead costs, right? But they still think it's appropriate to charge our people in the state that this economy is in right now. It's a really fucked up thing to do. And, like Elder Apostle Barr said, one day, when guys least expect it, the Lord's going to bring some heavy judgment on them, right? That they will not be able to recover from. And that's what needs to be in place because Israel doesn't fear the Lord, whoever the reason may be. You have all these different camps, these leaders. They do what the fuck they want to do without any repercussions. Now, we do know that the Lord is long suffering, right? He will not at all acquit the wicked. That goes for wicked Jakes and Esau, right? But there has to be judgment put in place because the Lord is a balanced power. He cannot continue to allow this wickedness to just be running rampant. Okay? Back in the time of Moses, I forgot who these boys were, but the men that spoke against Moses, what happened to them? They got swallowed up by an earthquake. Okay, the land opened up and swallowed them. And if I'm not wrong, I believe it was their whole household too. Their families that got swallowed up. That type of judgment needs to come back for there to be fear, right, amongst the mainly for the elect of YaAhla Shah, because I believe that I believe, me personally, I believe you have some sincere believers in Sakari. And this is just speaking for someone who used to watch Sakari before I came to GMS, right? You will have some sincere believers in there. You can see it. You got a lot of sincere guys in Sakari, but their leadership just does they do whatever they want to do, and there's no fear of the Lord whatsoever. Okay, no fear of the Lord. Okay, no fear of the Lord at all. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to say. I'm going to speak on First Peter's 4 verse 17 for judgment must begin at the house of Most High, and if it begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? And the gospel is the whole book. Okay, you cannot dislike the New Testament because there are certain portions that speak against your wickedness. You know, Scripture says, remove, add, and not take away from these scriptures. And if you do, you're going to get added onto you the plagues of Egypt. So right now it's just a waiting game. We're going to see what happens. It's getting to a point now. It's like, damn. It's like, damn. How low can Jake get? Charging people for prayers that you can do yourself. Okay. All you need is the blue letter Bible. You go into the concordance of that word, right? Look up different words and whatnot, and then from there you go into the ancient Hebrew and you can pick it. Yeah, I just want to speak briefly about the situation going at Sakari. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying us to the elect. And yeah, until next time, I'm saying shalom.